Peace, peace.
Peace. What's going on? What's going
How
on?
you feeling?
Yo, feeling good, man. Nice and relaxed right now,
Absolutely.
Glad to be off work.
I know the feeling.
Word.
Thank you for joining me this evening. Before everybody logs on and while they're log on, can you tell me how you've been staying busy during this COVID crisis we've been having throughout the year?
Well, I work for FedEx, so I got to keep moving. You know what I'm saying? So basically, just working more, working more work. Work doesn't stop. At one point in time, I took some time out, but then I was like, hey, man, got to get to life. You know what I'm saying? So
Right,
it's a crazy time, but I'm not out there like partying or nothing. You know what I'm saying?
right.
You know, I'm not doing a whole bunch of big gatherings, but still,
What do
just
you
been work.
What do you think the new norm is going to be once this thing levels out?
Man, I would just hope it would be something that people understand because I don't hear them pushing a lot of build your immune system anything. I just hear what I'm saying, it's just about wash your hands and get this swab up your brain, you know, and and it's real, you know what I'm saying? I lost my aunt to it, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not,
Sorry to hear that.
I wouldn't play around with it, but I'm just like, man, it's hopefully the people understand because I think there's natural remedies to everything. Our bodies, you know, can do wonderful things, but nobody's really pushing that agenda. Just pushing fear and put your mask on, wash your hands,
Right,
stay away from me.
right.
Yeah. Good Lord, hold on. Nope.
Yeah.
Stop it. Nope. Whoo! Baby almost pushed in the door.
For everybody joining
Yeah.
us right now, this is History Lesson, episode 74. I am with Finsta and Bundy. Like I said, thank you for joining this evening.
Word.
Going to take a little history lesson, go back in time, and then work our way up to what you have currently going on. If you could
Gotcha.
tell us about where you were born and raised.
Born and raised, born in St. Albans, Queens. Literally just born in St. Albans, Queens, in a hospital, Veterans Hospital, but raised in Brooklyn. Word. Mostly Bushwick for the most part.
Were there any
Yeah.
obstacles you had to endure growing up?
Obstacles, just ignorance. You know what I'm saying? Those are real. I don't know. I was never really a get money person. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like I was more of an observer. So in life, it was just about I'm gonna do what I love to do. you know, I don't know. I think things were easier. You know what I'm saying? You come from a block where you got playing skelly, stickball, punch ball, basketball. You know what I'm saying? Battle other blocks and stuff like that. Block parties and things like that. After a while, I was just like, yo, it's just life. You know what I'm saying? So I don't. There was really no obstacle. I would if there was ever an obstacle, I think I probably would have put it there myself. You know what I'm saying?
Right, just basically staying away from the riffraff, and you'll be all right.
Yeah, I try to, but we in the hood, so we know the riff raff. So it's like, it is what it is. But I
Right.
try to I try to, I play the safe. No offense to anybody, but I just jail was not the in my mind. I'm like, yo, I can't, it was never for me. It was never a badge of honor because everybody was talking to me about, when young as I'm talking about younger. You know what I'm saying? Hearing it's like, yo. No, I can't be, and plus I can't be no criminal. I'm bad at lying. You know what I'm saying? So
Like,
after a while, it's just like you got to keep it going. You know what I'm saying? It's like, nah, you know what? This is too much. I can't do it.
right.
Word.
Hey, could you take us back to your teenage years growing up in New York? What was the day in the life like of Finster growing up throughout his teenage years and, kind of hearing hip hop throughout his life? What was your teenage years like?
Teenage years. Teenage years were pretty cool. Were pretty cool as far as what I was hearing, what I was around. Day and night. I mean, going outside of going to school, I was most likely in I know in since what, junior high school. I was in band class. What was it? I don't know. Is it? I know it's IS 383. That's one of the schools I went to. I got kicked out. But that's another story. Um 383, 296. Yeah, it was just it was dope, man. It was just so. If I have to look back in retrospect, it's just like it was so much, especially compared to now. Especially compared to now, how people are. We lost touch. A lot of people just lost touch with each other. You know what I'm saying? So it's like then you knew your neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what, you knew your neighbors. You knew
Right.
your neighbors. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And after a while, we just didn't. It turned into a fucking neighbor. You know what I'm saying? But at the time coming up, it was just so much music, man. It's even hard to answer the question because when you ask the question, I'm thinking the first thing that it took me back to we were PS384. It had to be in PS384 because we left from there. We went to DC, and well, I had to be. Good Lord, I'm doing math. I was young, 13, maybe 13, 14, or maybe 12, whatever. I don't. I, yeah, I'm bad at subtracting and doing all that shit fast. Like, yeah. But when we went to DC, I used to like the. I was rocking with the Redskins, and I had a John like a. I wanted to get something for John Riggins on it. John Riggins like a jersey or something like that. I forgot what I got. It was definitely a Washington Redskins shirt, but that was my favorite player then. So you know about John Riggins, and you probably, hopefully, I'm saying his name right. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
and I was listening to. It had to be. It would. I guess it would be described as a transistor radio. You know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't a Walkman. It didn't have a Walkman, and it was pretty much a portable radio, real small headphones. Got them like, and around there was like Madonna was heavy. You know, what I'm saying? I could just it just gets etched in my brain. Not like I was that influenced by Madonna, but just saying that's how like vivid I guess things were. You know what I'm saying? As far as for me, it was like not really necessarily caring the world because it was not necessarily not just a so carefree. It was. I can't even, bro. It was, honestly,
Where,
I didn't have that many fights in my life. I've seen a lot of, like, in my teenage years, I've seen a lot of shit go down, you know what I'm saying? And been in vicinity of stuff like, oh my God, good Lord, and streets was whatever. But, man, I couldn't go around the corner to like I couldn't call myself selling anything because cats around the corner would tell me get the fuck around the corner and go back home. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and I'm the youngest brother. You know what I'm saying? I got two older brothers. So it was like already it was like nah, get out of here. You know what I'm saying? So for me, the most logical thing to do was to just turn to music. And then when in band class, 383, Mr. Giggler, he gave me a recorder. I wanted to play the drums, and gave me a recorder. Then I figured, okay, I get the recorder, nice, whatever. Boom, boom. We actually did like going to malls or somewhere, and I can't remember the mall we went to. We played like for Christmas. You know what I'm saying? Um, with recorders. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, it was bananas. Okay, but then when I elevated from that, I wanted to get the drums. Man, he gave me a saxophone. It's like, I'm so mad, But the wild part about that is, my brother, he convinced my mom that he could play the saxophone, but he really couldn't. You know what I'm saying? He probably started, so she bought a saxophone, and he couldn't play a lick. And then I picked it up naturally from the recorder. So in a way, I thought I was just gonna be either saxophonist, gospel singer for at one point in time, like those like teenage, like had to be 17, 16, 16, 17. Wanted to be, you know what I'm saying? I thought that's what I figured I was gonna be. It's gonna be about gospel. And then got turned off by the church, and I was like, you know what? it was a cliquish type of thing that used to drive me crazy. I can't understand it. So I'm like, all right,
Right.
y'all not doing this. Y'all not praising for the same reason I am. I ain't even looking at your clothes. You know what I'm saying? Because I
Right.
can't afford them shits. You know, at the time. So it's like I don't care about clothes. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? But but I was never really a clothes dude, bro. I was like, when it came to like fashion, I saw it. I was stealing my brother's Pumas when I got a chance, you know what I'm saying? But his feet was bigger than mine, so I had to take kind of short steps, you know what I'm saying? So that won't be flopping, you know what I'm saying? But outside of stealing like clothes for my brother, I didn't had I had a couple pair of Lees in my day, you know what I'm saying? But my mom got, oh man, what was the name? She gave me some, I had some Aspens. I don't anybody out there ever know what it's. I thought it was a sneaker. It's almost what New Balance morphed into, but it was just like mad material. Yo, I was it's like a fuzzy bear. It was just bugged out. But I was like, I didn't care. I rocked them anyway. But that's what I was used to. So after a while, after going to teens and stuff, like it was really nothing. I didn't. I'm still to this day, man. I'm gonna have shirts that's in my in my drawer that's like 20 years old. Like, yo, throw that joint away. No, I don't. For what? You know what I'm saying? I'm comfortable. Eventually, I want to get my swag up, but for a long time, it was just like, man, I didn't care about clothes. I didn't care about nothing else. I wasn't really getting high or really drinking. So as far as early teens, when I was when I wanted to be the gospel saxophonist,
Right.
you know, yeah, but.
What were
It was really.
what
Go
were
ahead. I'm sorry.
musical influences, hip hop wise? After you got out of the church and you started being influenced, who were some of the MCs or producers you were looking up to?
Okay. For me, but even you gotta understand, even before like the church thing, there was still block parties. You know what I'm saying? So we was hearing Spoonie G. You was hearing Curtis Blow. You know what I'm saying? UTFO or you know what I'm saying? It was even I was saying a bunch of stuff. As far as once I wanted to take that right turn and say, yo, I want to just be a producer or whatever. It was yo Egg being Rakim, and I was like my melody. It was my melody, and I was like, I heard my my neighbor rocking it. I was like, yo, what the hell is that? You know what I'm saying? That was the bonkers part for me in my head. It just I already obviously you're already rocking to the Salt and Peppers and I'm sorry. I can't mention many. I can mention a lot of names. You know what I'm saying? As far as what I was listening to, because it goes to my mom's Al Green and Gladys Knight and the Pips. You know what I'm saying? As far as hip hop was concerned and rap was concerned, yo man, it's everybody. I would say it'd be like Tila Rock. It'd be Busy B. It'd be Kumo D. It'd be uh, Jimmy Spicer. It was as far as the inspiration it was always there because I was hearing music already. But as far as when I wanted to make that turn and say, okay, I'm going to make a beat because I didn't just play the saxophone. I was working on dabbling on keyboards and stuff. If my friends got equipment, I'm working on their stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I didn't really have equipment at a good portion of time. So it's just like, yo, go to their crib. Like I would go to Evil crib in high school, yeah, but that's later. That's like high school. You know what I'm saying? And then that's when I started making hip hop beats. You know what I'm saying? That's when it really changed from the gospel thing. Like, because hip hop was always there. Music, you hear in BLS, 98.7 Kiss, you know what I'm saying? All the underground, all the college stations, the 105, the joints, that was always there. But when I, when I got, that's my first time, yeah, doing a hip hop beat. Everything was always armed. It was, in the vein of, it was going to be gospel, basically. It was just going to be some gospel music.
Right.
But
So
That was the first time.
what came first for you, MCing or producing?
Producing, producing. That's what I really wanted to do. Only reason why I started writing was because I needed somebody to write on my beats. You know what I'm saying? So I needed somebody on the beats, and like we're doing beats at the time. At one time, it was me and Evil in the crib, and he make a beat, or I make a beat, whatever. It's like, yo, let's get on it. You know what I'm saying? Just like I'm like, all right, fuck it, I'll write. You know, I felt good about it. It felt good. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I didn't necessarily want to push too, but I just knew it was the only way to keep going. You know what I'm saying? As far as with beats, because I didn't have any equipment, so the easiest thing to do is write a couple rhymes. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I was like, oh yeah.
So you met Evil Dee, and then you got into producing, or was producing before Evil Dee?
I was on other people's equipment producing producing some, but not like hip hop tracks. It wasn't. I wasn't. Matter of fact, I'll say it wasn't even that long. I say a year before, because remember I was going to church. Well, I didn't say. Well, I did say I was going to church, but at one point in time I was on a choir, the choir, Youth for Christ choir. So I was around people there that had, they're recording, they're doing, they got their little home stuff, and so I got turned on there. But it's not the same as having your own, you know what I'm saying, in the crib and just learning on your own shit. So,
Right.
well, I don't know if I answered the question. um,
I
yeah,
did.
but that was it. And then with Evil, that's when I started making those beats. Yeah.
Okay, let's take it to meeting Evil Dee. Can you take us back how you guys first met? You said in school, but what was it about him that linked you guys together?
Band class. Um, and he was like Animal from the Muppets on the drums when we was playing the song. Yo, this dude, I swear, I thought he was gonna break the drums every time he played. I'm like, yo, why does he? Yo, I'm telling you, Animal, straight Animal. I would be. To myself, I'm cracking up. At that time, I was playing the saxophone. So eventually, we did like a 900 number, and he would be on a. So yo, but that in band class, I got to band class. It was Mr. Ragusa, Bushwick High School, and I don't want to speak too bad about Mr. Ragusa, but that was a lax band class. We was chilling in band class. He was the coolest teacher. I can't remember. Nah, he'd have been too old right now to be teaching, but I don't want to mess up his name. But that was a cool class, and he was just like bananas with it. I was like, yo, this dude is crazy. And then from there, you know what I'm saying, after just vibing, going back and forth, doing shit, whatever, just playing band class and just kicking it. He had invited me over. It's like, yo, boom, make beats or whatever, boom, boom. I'm into it. I'm like, okay, cool, that's what's up. It was in Walt in Walt's room. You know what I'm saying?
So,
So it was dope. It was what oh man, I'm gonna mess up and say the wrong damn piece of equipment. I know it was an early joint. Yeah, it'll come to me. My brain is
that's cool.
gone. Yeah, yeah,
Would you
yeah.
early on? How would you define your production style?
Uh, it was a 2 second sampler that was not very clear, and couple loops that I got off break beats and stuff on probably not even an actual turntable. I didn't have a 12. You know the stereo systems
The one,
that is all. And you got the turntable up here, the cassette and all that.
the
It
eight.
was probably yeah, it was probably something like that. You know what I'm saying? Sampling off of that, and it was. I don't know, bro. I really can't say what it was. Because at that time it was just I got to learn how to do this. I know what sound I like, and then I think at that time I did dabble with, I did start huffing, so it's like that played a big factor into it too. You know what I'm saying? Because I'd be like, all right.